Alright, so, this video is actually brought on, why I'm doing this video is because, a lot of new Marvel readers, when I say new readers to Marvel Comics, I mean like younger people or people who are just breaking into comic books, especially the Marvel side. The big misconception is, and I'm doing this video because a lot of people, and still a lot of people, misconceive the character known as Galactus to be just a villain. Well, a lot of us, and I'm not trying to sound like a Marvel aficionado, but I think this needs to be said, and I think Galactus needs to be a character that needs to be explained because he's actually one of my favorite Marvel characters. I'm not saying Marvel, he's neither hero nor villain, but as far as Marvel characters go, he's arguably one of the coolest ones out there in the Marvel universe. And this video is basically going to disprove Galactus as just a villain. He's just there. First off, yes, we all know Galactus is the devourer. The big thing is, and this is where people just decide, oh, Galactus is just a villain. Galactus, while he does devour planets, and people just automatically assume, oh, he must do this on purpose. He must devour planets because he's evil. Not really. Galactus was actually the firstborn cosmic being into our world. Therefore, he was empowered by the power cosmic, being he's near omnipotence. However, this is kind of a drawback because he needs to consume planets to keep his energy going. However, the reason why he also does this is because he feels like there's two things. He's actually doing the universe a good amount of good, a great amount of good. While yes, the devouring planets cause billions and billions of lives, this, however, in turns makes room for new planets throughout the universe. Whenever Galactus devours a planet, the old planet, or the chunks of the old planet, reform into a newborn planet. If Galactus isn't devouring planets, this would cause, actually, believe it or not, an overcrowding of the universe. So, too many planets, and that would be a problem. Old planets would just break down and die. New planets would never be born. And, since this is the Marvel Universe, I guess you could take this into context, is that, let's say a planet is no longer hospitable, is no longer, I can't think of the word, no longer, habitable, and the people and the aliens or whatever race get on the ship and try to find a new planet, but wherever they go, it's either crowded or not inhabitable. So that's also the need for new planets. Is it gives races who've burned out their resources or whatnot to find a new home. So had Galactus not devoured planets, that would cause not only overcrowding, but also no new homes and no new life throughout the galaxy. The other thing is that, while, yes, Galactus does cause global genocide on a daily basis, he does feel that what he's doing is wrong. He understands what he's doing is wrong, and he doesn't like what he does, and he hates what he does. Yes, he devours planets, all planets these people must die, so Galactus must live. He does that because he is also, like a being of great power. This is also his powers are as great as weakness. So causing the destruction of all these planets is something he doesn't like to do, but he must in order to survive. And survival is, a very big part of our lives. So with Galactus, it falls under, I gotta do this or I die. So, if you were in Galactus's shoes, would you pick your own life over if you were a being of this kind of power and, you couldn't really eat or, consume the energy of anything else but planets in order to save yourself, you'd probably do the same thing too. And yes, Galactus does feel a great amount of sorrow and regret after he devours a planet. He feels like, I've destroyed their world, and I can't do anything about it. He usually does do something about it. He'll either if he sees a fleet of ships fleeing the planet, he won't go after him. He's not a bad guy. Once his deed's done, he'll leave. You're gone. He basically okay, I'm done. They can live. His heralds, on the other hand, like Terrax and and Morg are pure evil. Those you can consider villains, but the other ones like Fire Lord and Silver Surfer, of course, and Nova, Nova, not Richard Rider, Frankie Reed. There was a human girl who made herself the Herald of Galactus for a short time. They're considered good guys, so you can thank Galactus for creating such heroes as like Silver Surfer and Fire Lord. Fire Lord was technically a good guy when he was under Galactus, but for the biggest part, you can thank him for creating Silver Surfer. The other thing is that another potential amount of good that he's done is that when Galactus, if Galactus wasn't around, there'd be a lot of bad guys, on the loose, of cosmic entities that fear Galactus. Now, characters like Thanos and a lot of these other cosmic villains like the Skrulls and whatnot fear Galactus, and if they think that Galactus is going to devour this planet, they won't touch it. Nor if sometimes Galactus will protect a planet. If he's going to devour it, or it's under hit, or if they've made a deal with Galactus, he will, jump in and protect the planet. He's also protected Earth on a few occasions. A few to name is one where this being known as the Sphinx, this great powerful entity. You've probably seen him in the Nova comic books recently. Sphinx was an omnipotent being who could, do anything he wanted. And he first encountered the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four couldn't beat him, but they knew Galactus could. So, had Galactus not stepped in, they asked Galactus to help, and knowing that this was not only a threat to Earth, but also a threat to his food, because if Sphinx got out, he destroyed Earth. What could stop him from cutting off his supply of planets to devour? So Galactus stepped in and, defeated Sphinx. He also aided Thor in another occasion. He aided Thor in defeating this being known as Mogo, the Living Planet. Mogo and him don't really get along in the first place. That Mogo is a living planet that Galactus can't seem to devour. So he's also an enemy to Galactus and also an enemy to Thor and Silver Surfer. And if you can hear any running around, that's my dog in my brother's room, rummaging around and rolling all over the place. So sorry for the background noise. But yes, getting back to this, another amount of good that Galactus has done in the recently, is when Beta Ray Bill lost his world to Galactus. And was actually began a campaign to defeat Galactus. Galactus openly said that I didn't like doing what I did, but here you go. He actually resurrected a female of Beta Ray Bill's race and gave it to him as his wife to repopulate, and went on his way. So Galactus doesn't like what he does. I've said this over and over again, but yes, we all know that he can be a force of bad, but not intentionally. Galactus is just there. He is just the cosmic gray. He's in that gray area of he's neither good nor evil. He just does what he does, and he's not like a villain who's like, ooh, I'm going to devour this planet just to piss off the galaxy. No, it's not like that. Nor is he like, I'm going to help these people. No, there has to be something in it for him. There has to be something like in it for him in order to help. Like I said with the Sphinx, if Sphinx managed to reach into the universe, that would cause a major problem for Galactus, as well as Ego, when Ego was trying to murder Galactus. The other thing is that this has also happened in a crossover, is that, and this is kind of interesting. There was a crossover between the Fantastic Four and Superman, in which Galactus had managed to, in the early days, Galactus had crossed into the DC universe and encountered Krypton. And keep in mind, he arrived just as his ship arrived, the moment Krypton was destroyed, and out came this ship. As we all know, that was Kal-El's ship, and it was on his way to Earth. Galactus saw potential in it, and actually beamed it aboard his ship, and actually sent it on the trajectory to Earth. So, had not Galactus interfered with, had not encountered baby Kal-El's ship, there was a good chance that he would never have made it to Earth. And yes, Galactus did intend on devouring Krypton, but the planet was destroyed the moment he was there. The moment he arrived, he watched the planet destroy. However, he managed to rescue Kal-El's ship and send it on its way to Earth. I count that crossover in continuity because it involved the Marvel and DC universe talking among themselves. It kind of happened after the Marvel versus DC stuff. So the other thing is that, like I said, Galactus, he's created some heroes. He created the Silver Surfer. Had he not, he just would have devoured Zenla and been on his way if he didn't take up that offer. But he did. Another thing is that he actually he is also aided in, I believe it was Annihilation Wave, where he aided the other galactic heroes in order to fight Annihilus. He and several other cosmic entities. He also managed to stop the Red Hulk when during the battle between the Defenders and the Offenders. He stopped Red Hulk right in his tracks. So he's been also a great amount of evil. He's done a great amount of bad, but he's also a great force of good. However, like I said, Galactus is he's a gray character. He's a cosmic gray. He's in the gray area. He's neither good nor evil. And the reason why, like I said at the beginning of this video, the reason why I'm doing this video is because, a lot of people, when they get into the Marvel comics, they assume instantly, oh, he must devour planets, he must be evil. Galactus is not like, and I think this also comes from Unicron, and this is from a lot of Transformers. Unicron, when he devours planets, he does it out of malice. When Unicron is openly an evil character. Galactus is not. Like I said, he's a gray character. Granted, he's probably one of the most powerful gray characters out there, but still. So this is why I did the video, because a lot of people have that misconception, and I'm here to dispel that, and talk about, the stuff that he's done, for good. So I'm hoping if you're a new Marvel reader, I hope you watch this video, understand that Galactus is not a bad guy, nor is he a good guy. He's done some good, he's done some bad. Granted, the bad he's done kind of outweighs the good, but still, he doesn't like what he does. He doesn't like devouring planets, but he needs to do it in order to survive, and the core meaning of life is to survive. So, hopefully that has, I'm hoping when someone comes along and sees this video, I'm hoping this really, if you're a new Marvel, this goes out to any new Marvel reader. If you're watching this video, to any new Marvel readers, if you come by this video, and you read this and you're starting to read Galactus and trying to understand why he's classified as evil, I hope this really changes your mind. So that's more or less why I did this video, is to basically say, yeah, no, Galactus, not a villain nor a hero. He's just there. So I think I'm gonna leave it off with this video, and I hope you guys, some of my friends who are diehard comic book fans enjoyed this video as well as me explaining, Galactus. So I hope you all, openly new and old comic book fans, have enjoyed this video.